conclude by what exactly we would like Senator Cheikh Grassley to do on our behalf.
Okay.
So when that video is ready, let me know. It's loading? Okay. Yeah. So then, of course, this technician here to help us with those things. I myself would not be able to do all the technician. They do the video putting the thing together. He's been up all night, Mr. Mayun, and so it's Ayan and Regina. They are our technical team. Yeah. But we are so grateful, Mr. James, by the way. So we have two names.
Well, Mr. Rice, my name is Raphael Abyei. And as I told you, a former UN official. You know, I've seen the conflicts all over the world. Been to, you know, Sierra Leone at the worst of times. In Liberia, the worst of times. While my own land was experiencing the worst of times. But that's the nature of world cooperation, where you cannot be the judge of your own context. Someone else has to. Now I'm back to my community, a member of the community, and therefore I find myself at liberty now to talk as an ordinary citizen that feels the pain of what an ordinary person in my area, Abyei, feels. I'll begin by saying that the breath we breathe today as people of Abyei, and even as us, you know, credit goes to the United States. It goes to the United States fully in preserving lives of people who might look as if they are ordinary, but they come from very extraordinary backgrounds. And that's where we come from. I was born into war. At the age of 9, I witnessed the worst massacre you would ever think of in 1965, where almost 2,000 people were incinerated alive in 2 towns, in El Mujlet and in Baba Nusa. And at that time, the world was hard of hearing. You know, the entire planet could have plummeted somewhere, and most probably it wouldn't make a quake in the US capital, much less anywhere else. Where else? Would we have looked at Russia? Who else on earth would have come to our aid? None. It is us in our isolation, vis-a-vis the Arab world, vis-a-vis the Islamic world. No problem about Arabism, no problem about Islam, but the way they have used it, they have weaponized it in such a way that we can only think of them as weapons, rather than an identity or a religious identity. That's how it has been used on us. I saw that incident and I voted with my feet at the age of 9 and joined the first movement in South Sudan. Walked on my foot all the way to the Congo. Okay. With money tied on my back. The idea was, let's go and buy some weapons so that we can protect ourselves. There were no weapons to buy. And I came back with a group that went completely empty-handed, and we continued to be killed in our numbers without any defense at all. And that is true 40 years after, which is today. Now, I began by saying that US had saved us. Else, how would we have had the comprehensive peace agreement of 2005 that brokered the the peace quite effectively with regards to South Sudan, not quite effectively, somehow, and completely zero-sum with respect to that.
One has dead, they just need to resolve. Because they never come as one citizen, they come for a killing. We, the Abyei people, we're good people. We used to let them let their cattle graze in our land and welcome them with an open arm. And then during the rain season, they go back to their homes. Unfortunately, as they start to realize the beauty of the land, then they start thinking, we maybe just may as well take it, the whole thing. So when they come, they don't come as your country followmen, but these are people who want to rob us with everything we have and kill the one that's alive. They try to inflict terror on people so that the population can spread out. Women now are being raped and kidnapped, children, young girls. What we realize, their desire has never been about bringing peace, but rather to exterminate us. But we do not have military power to defend ourselves. We could be just breaking easy, just like egg. What we need is people of goodwill and humanity to support us, to come to our rescue, because we can't defend ourselves. We do not have. We have endured so much humiliation. People don't even walk a distance as 1 hour, and then they may never come back. And it's for everyone, men, women, kids. Like people have to be escorted sometime, and even then, all of you live in danger. As I said earlier, now they're killing everyone, women, children. We've been squeezed in a very tiny land as people that are in jail, not living on their own because of insecurity. Recently, when I visited Abyei on last April, just to go to the shopping, we have to be escorted by UN police. The issue of Abyei is very serious, and it needs much needed attention. We are trying our best. We trying our best to be that's helpful, but we need partner people who can trust us and give us that much needed support.
Baden Abyei Chibutitani Chan Abyei, can be did Diarcora Chereto, Chan Pira, Payar wearing.
The population has been significantly decreased. We worry about that there could be a time we will not exist.
Kan yen katina kana Abyei with Abyei point it ago. Abyei with be there, be read Chapunya dick, could be there, Pirun dig a pira go, you can't.
Abyei is in need of help, especially help from the United States.
Baden Shava Beta on Ramon Mugato, Manaka Mugato, no, been good one, a lawyer, you better than.
We never used to depend on the UN aid. Now everyone is depending on being aid because we're not allowed to cultivate or produce our own food.
Kayan kana who can Abyei, I would run on bit of carbon, the check bone, follow by the Kangalan, and I keep it by check of the top. I keep watching mom.
We need help. We need the international community because it's been many years and we are so worn out.
Tan one big I like a week will be when the band like a event young, the bam then will be young on event when
we were honored to receive, for you to respond.
Meet with us and give us your time. We're very grateful for you. Not only are we grateful for you to give us your time, we're grateful for the United States to opening their doors for us and extending the grace and the love to us because we came from a place of war. It pains me as a young woman, as a young South Sudanese woman, as a young Abyei woman coming here. I'm so grateful for the United States to giving me the support that I need so that I could be able to gain education and to persevere and to learn and to grow and to heal through the trauma that my family, my community had been through. But it's so difficult to be in a place where I'm safe but I can't rest because my people back home are in pain. We're losing people day to day. It pains me to see my parents crying every day, losing a sister and a brother, which is why I'm here today to speak to you, to speak to your heart, to say that a human problem is all of our problem. And we ask that the same way that you extended your grace and support to our people, to our community in the United States, to extend that to our people back home. We are thankful for you, and I hope that you put into consideration and we meet again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ian, you want to make?
For the people of Abyei, I've always been a refugee, and I've never lived in the country, so it's always been immigration, this and that, and so it's very difficult to be able to hear all the stories that happen back home and to never experience living there. It's and so we hope that peace comes to Abyei region, and we hope that the international community will hear our voice. So, thank you.
The definition of rice itself is what feed people, isn't it? So I guess we are grateful. Let me just begin by saying I thank each one of those speakers, the women representative, the youth, my chairman of board of directors. Without them, I could have not made the community the way it has come. And most importantly, it's the state of Iowa. Some special connection. It was in Iowa that the founding father of South Sudan, Dr. John Garang, got his PhD from Iowa State University. In other words, every brain behind of the freedom fighting in Sudan, it was to some extent contribution of the United States. So that is special connection there. That brought us to work of Senator Chuck Grassley himself, which you are legislative director. He's a man that I myself and Mr. Rafai admire a lot. He talks to me like, I'm happy that you are a friend with Senator Chuck Grassley. Because we know his history, and especially the Republican Party, as much as we are a partisan organization, we need help from all U.S. But many South Sudanese are very much attached to the Republican Party because it was during President George Bush that the Congress of the United States passed what is called the Sudan Peace Act. A Sudan Peace Act is where they made it clear that we will no longer stand idle by where the terrorist-sponsored state Sudan, well-documented corrupted government came to the power by military, continued to slaughter innocent people in South Sudan. A war that began as a war of political differences turned into religious and ethnic cleansing. Many of South being killed for very simple fact that he's Christian. And it still happened today. Let us remember, Sudan, it was the first state to welcome bin Laden when he left the kingdom in Saudi in 1991. And it was there in Sudan bin Laden started spreading ideas of jihadists. And the first mujahideen that were trained directly by bin Laden and given a fake key to heaven that this is their room where the 70 virgin women awaiting them, first fought in South Sudan. I remember a robot, they sent us robots because they just keep coming. It's hard to fight them. And they didn't realize it's that they were completely told by the ideology of bin Laden, which is, in a way, it's rooted into, without attacking any religion, but it's rooted into Quran in somehow, is that you will win whether you kill, you're a winner. If you get killed, you
overthrown, and then the recent coup. Was it improved during that time period, or did they still have militias and government forces from North Sudan doing things?
Good question. Because the people of Sudan revolution was hijacked by Bashir soldiers, the one that are pretending now to be the new government.
Right.
They were all soldiers of Bashir.
Yeah.
In fact, many of us think this is just a game that they are playing. Hamati, General Hamati, he's the big commander of all what they call Janjaweed, you know, and what they call the rapid force. So things has deteriorated since 2000, I believe 13. That's when the second attack happened. No, 2011. That's when the second attack happened. So Bashir dragged its feet from implementing the agreement. And people of South Sudan the government of South Sudan, for whatever reason, they had their own internal issue, become now they're not able, because they were supposed to be the one keeping North Sudan in check. They were the one who are party to the agreement. So things have bad and it's consistent to be the same. So in other words, no change under Bashir and the current government.
I may add, the danger is ever present in that they come all the way inland. You see, they come all the way inland, even to Abyei. Okay. And anytime they can decide to strike. So it is not as if they have retreated somehow to their, demarcated region. No, they are around. Their military, they tour the entire area of Abyei. Well, that's under the protocol. But then the militias are all around because the intent is to settle. And, there's something insidious about aid. The Norwegians, for example, they don't believe that there is a conflict which is not tied to resources. The problem with Abyei is it is not a matter of resources. It is a matter of these people, we don't want them here. Okay, Arabs saying that we don't deserve such a land. And therefore, no amount of food you throw at the community, no amount of development you throw at the community would solve the problem, because it is a principled, rejection of a certain type of people.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, I think Maria, the woman, has a brief comment.
What the news balwel jur ke ka by a chepan den kan ke wel kel wet nang che ke lokal wel ran nang pe kana chira na chilong de kam ba ke panda wo ke wol bizin bi ke panda